As investigators await results from cutting-edge genetic genealogy testing on DNA found inside Nancy Guthrie's Arizona home and gloves discovered nearby, the Pima County Sheriff is raising a new possibility. The suspect caught on doorbell video may not have acted alone. Callahan Walsh joins us in moments with thoughts on that. But first, correspondent Matt Finn live at Nancy Guthrie's home in Tucson, Arizona. What's the latest, Matt?
John, the sheriff says biological evidence and DNA was recovered from inside Nancy Guthrie's home behind me. They're going to run that against law enforcement databases, but they say they're also going to try other routes like this forensic genealogy. Fox News spoke with the CEO of Othram, a private forensic genealogy company credited with helping identify Brian Kohberger. Othram says it can ID someone in a matter of days and claims it can learn much more about who a person is versus standard law enforcement offender databases.
We can build profiles in days, and that's what we did in the Rachel Marin case and in the quadruple homicide in Idaho. It takes days, not just to get the profile, but even to get the results from a genetic genealogy database. It's a very fast process.
There's also been reports and theories of a connection to Mexico, but so far nothing has been validated. Sheriff Nano says he's not aware right now of any direct link to Mexico, and Fox is told it's standard for the FBI to be in touch with Mexican counterparts on cases like this right off the bat, especially as it's so close to the border. The Sheriff's Department also says the reward for Nancy Guthrie has increased to more than $200,000 after what it calls an anonymous $100,000 donation that was given in addition to the FBI's $100,000 reward. And on Tuesday, Sheriff Nanos released a statement clearing the Guthrie family. It was not certain if the FBI also cleared the family, but we are told that this remains a state investigation that the FBI is assisting. So if the sheriff cleared the Guthrie family, then that is the word on behalf of the investigation. John.
Frustratingly little movement still in this case. Matt Finn for us in Tucson. Matt, thank you. Jillian?
Let's go ahead and bring in Callahan Walsh. She is the co-host of America's Most Wanted on Fox. Callahan, take a look at this headline out of CBS. They reported yesterday that an accomplice is not ruled out in Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. This from the Pima County Sheriff. If this is the case, that they are now looking for more than one suspect, does that make their job easier or harder?
It actually will make their job easier. Now you don't have one person trying to cover their tracks, you have two people. And with more people becomes more opportunities for them to slip up and leave behind some sort of evidence that will pinpoint them to the crime. And so the fact that they're looking for more than one individual, for me, I think increases their chances. It's a scary scenario to know that more than one person was involved, that this was a highly orchestrated type of event. My hat's off to law enforcement. I know they're trying to do everything that they can. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Only some of that information comes to us, but that's why the public needs to stay vigilant. If anybody's seen anything, knows somebody who's been missing for the past 3 weeks who fits the description of the perpetrator seen in the video, they should be coming forward.
The sheriff also said they're working now with other technology companies to try and derive more information from whatever the footprint was in the house. What do you read into those comments?
So what I take from them is that they're looking at some genetic markers in that DNA, not necessarily a match. If they can't find a match, they're going to move on to these markers to help try to identify at least a bit of information about their possible ancestry, possible eye color and hair color, things that can be provided to the public to help identify who these individuals are. Again, the public can be law enforcement's most powerful tool, but they're not powerful. They don't have actionable information. Luckily, we see that ring footage, that doorbell footage, but the person is wearing a balaclava covering their face, not very easily to identify them. So with these additional markers and additional information, it may be possible that somebody out there can put that information together and say, hey, I think I know who it is.
Have you ever covered a case where somebody in their 80s was abducted? Or is this completely out of the norm?
It's pretty rare. It is pretty rare. You know, we have, elderly Americans going missing all the time, but typically they've gotten into a vehicle, weren't able to navigate home, or they wandered from the house. That's why we have silver alerts. In Arizona, they're called safe alerts. But it does remind me of a specific case. Cal Ripken Jr.'s mother was abducted from her home, driven around town for 24 hours, and eventually let go. But it's not something that we see on a regular basis at all.
All right. Well, Callahan, one more thing. The sheriff did say, that he does not believe this is a botched burglary or a burglary gone wrong and, it escalated. So that speaks to your point. Callahan, thanks for taking time with us. Good to talk to you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.